Welcome to the house, the one they talking about, word of mouth, the boxing playhouse, without a doubt. All the latest and greatest boxing news, that's what it's all about.
Welcome to Boxing Playhouse. This is SAKURA A and EMELIO Santana.
What's up, y'all?
And you're watching After Dark series. And we can't wait because we got some very special people coming in to talk to us a little later about, what's going on in the world of boxing for them. And how you can have a positive outcome in a COVID, a COVID period. So until then, we just do have some really good subjects for you guys. Boxing news. So basically, we have seen where Top Rank has been putting on a summer series on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, here's the thing about that. Does Top Rank have a curse on them when it comes to main events? I mean, once again, we got a main event coming on tonight. Well, I'm sorry. We have a main event that was scheduled to come on tonight that was canceled. This time, not due to Corona, but due to weight issues. So how do you feel about this? I mean, do you think that Top Rank possibly could have a curse on them?
Wow, it's starting to be a trend. I don't know. You can't even get excited for the main event anymore because things change at the last minute, so I don't know if it ain't weight, it ain't somebody popping on a COVID test. I don't know. But I don't even want to get excited about that no more because it's like, wow, you get excited to see a certain fight and then all of a sudden this happened or that happened. A trainer done went downstairs or anything. So
to get some coffee.
Yeah, so man, how's it gonna be when the big fights jump off? So
it's no room for error at all if that does happen because it's too much money that would be on the line with that. Right. And the thing of it is that, the only positive is that we have seen where a co-main or a lower card now gets the spotlight as the main event. So like tonight we get Verdejo. So, or Verdejo.
Yeah, Felix Verdejo.
Yes. And so Puerto Rican star, and we get to see him, come back from his long process of, being on top as far as people believing that he's the next Cotto, from the island or Trinidad, and him falling off with the car accident and, partying and stuff. So now we get to see him in an additional fight as he's on his road back to stardom. And it's good when you already have a name established, that can't hurt. Definitely. So at least we are getting to see that. And then Tuesday night we had Michaela. Right. She was at Myers. She was able to become the main event because Herring's fight was canceled again. So, we are seeing that, some people are stepping up their level when they're getting an opportunity as boxers to become a main event when necessarily they weren't. So on face value, we've got a long list of people that basically their fights were canceled. Either they tested COVID, their managers tested COVID, the fathers go to get coffee. Now we got this weight issue.
What about the Big Baby situation?
Oh yeah, Big Baby is also on this list. And Forrest, his opponent, was supposed to be able to capitalize on the fact that Big Baby was not going to be, that Big Baby was not going to be his opponent. Right. But, that last minute replacement syndrome. Right. You remember my article on last minute replacements, right? Right. And that syndrome where you end up in a worse or a more difficult fight than what you previously were in to begin with. Right. And I think that's what happened with Jerry Forrest this time, because he did lose that fight. So we did have, Myers. Michaela was also someone that had COVID. and had to reschedule her fight. Eleider Alvarez and Joe Smith Jr. was on the docket as well. It was canceled, but because Alvarez had suffered an injury, I believe.
Right.
And now you add to that Mariaga versus Yap. Yap had some pictures, guys. They posted basically in early June. He posted a picture where he was just like in immaculate shape, like he was ready to go. And then eventually we found out that it was a way fatter version that was like trying to make weight. And you're down there at flyweight, and this is this was going to be a match. I believe that was going to be, gonna see like an eliminator type fight.
Right.
So whoever won that would be able to fight the champion. Well, Yap has ruined that situation. I don't know if they're gonna try to reschedule for him or, if it's gonna be some other type shenanigans behind that. Let's see what our fans got to say so far. Let's see. Austin says Jose Ocasio. And Luis Acevedo, he says, Jaws, dun, 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 dun. I love that. I like that, Luis. Clarence, what's up, fam?
What's up, Clarence?
We got Clarence out of NYC. He said, Big Baby got too much going on. Ain't he, though? Okay. I'd rather see the real Big Baby instead. We got the guy that's saying that he's the real Big Baby, not Miller.
Who's the real baby?
Who's the real baby? We can make them two fight and really come up. But who's gonna take a chance on Big Baby now? 3 strikes and you're out, right?
Right.
We have somebody saying salam, and hello,
Alex
Ayala. What's up? What's good?
What's up, Alex?
What's up, Alex? I see you be working the hell out of his fighters in his gym, baby. He ain't playing. They better not come in there talking about we can't be side by side, because he be having them spread out and everything, social distancing, even outside social distancing. But they like, you gonna still put in this work. So shout out to Alex for his hard work and dedication. And then he says, let's see, he has a message for my man, Jose Ocasio, future world champion.
Oh,
I love it. I think that's something we can talk about. Yeah, later. And then we got Rogelio. He says
Rogelio.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I got a cousin named Rogelio.
That's how you know.
But I think he got an H. My cousin got an H in his, so after that G.
Shout out to him. And then we got Tito Ocasio. Tito, what's up? We was hoping to have you on the program with your son tonight, but he said that you was working hard in that gym. So we're going to have to get you on the program again at a different time. But he says, Jose Ocasio, future world champion. Amen to that. I love it all. And of course, we want to thank you guys for being a part of our Boxing Playhouse Players family. And the only thing that we wish and hope that you can do is share this video tonight on your page. And then also, when you make a comment that we're going to definitely read, we want hashtag BPH for Boxing Playhouse. Now, okay, let's go on to some other news that we've seen. Okay, Bud Crawford is still saying that he is not taking no pay cut and that it is in his contract that he is to get paid a certain amount. Is he right or wrong?
I know he wants that full pay, and he's in the prime of his career right now.
Yes.
I would love to see these guys get some type of work in. I know you might not, don't want to get shortchanged on that big fight, but I mean, you could still put some work in with, some guys out there that can still, give them some work and give them a decent payday, man, just to keep the ring rust off, keep the fans happy.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying go after the top dog and get lowballed, but at least there's some work out there where you can keep the fans happy and keep the ring rust off and still make some money.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but it's just I'm like, if I'm Bud and I know I got a contract and Top Rank ain't really giving me nobody I can, they're not making arrangements for me to have someone that's got a name that I can really put on my record, then I think I'm gonna have the same attitude. Like, you're not gonna shortchange me, and then you're gonna make me fight somebody that people gonna talk shit about me. you know they're gonna be like, oh, Bud ain't fighting nobody again. You know, like, so if I were him, I'd be like, yeah, I stick to my guns. Like, you gonna pay me what my contract says. And on top of that, okay, you need to set it up for me to get one of these PBC fighters so I can have that on my record. Because you got me looking stupid every time I fight somebody and nobody knows who they are.
Wow. That kind of made me think about when Andre Ward had lost some time when he was in that contract.
Yes.
I mean, he lost about a year or two. He didn't do
yeah,
nothing.
and he wasn't playing, and he was like, y'all gonna let me out of this contract.
What top rank? Who
he was with the oh my God, they're on the tip, the Goosens. Yeah, the Goosens. So and then I think, matter of fact, the brother ended up passing away.
Was it Dan Goosen?
No, I think Dan is the one that we have. Yeah, that trains now. But
one of them Goosens.
One of the Goosens passed away, and then when they finally went to court, they allowed it to be dismissed and allowed him to be out of the contract.
Joe Goosen.
But by the time that happened, I mean, like, nobody won in that situation. Nobody. Clarence says, want to thank you guys, because of you, I am able to love the sport more and more every day. Hashtag Boxing Playhouse. No.
Appreciate that, Clarence.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, that's the thing I was going to say. No. Thank you for your support all this time with Boxing Playhouse. And then Rogelio says, Gloria, love you. Okay. And then Luis Acevedos, he has the Puerto Rican flag. And then we got Clarence. He said, Ugas versus Bud is the best fight right now.
I like to see that.
I'm with it.
That's a good one.
I'm understanding you. I'm feeling you on that. I feel like that would be an excellent fight, an excellent test for Bud. And then hopefully that will open up the gates over there at PBS, PBC, and get them on board with matching up some more of these welterweights with Bud. And then let's see, we got Alex. He said Bud needs to stop it. Alex, come on, man. The man got a contract. He's like the biggest thing in the welterweight division over at Top Rank. And they keep having them fighting people that are lackluster or people that don't have a great name established that is going to earn him the respect that he needs. So, yeah, give him my coins. Okay, we're going to do this. And then we got Tito Ocasio. He says, T&K Boxing Promotions. You know, that's right. You know, we got some representation from T&K as well tonight. And let's see. What's good, people, from Alex. Okay, so now we got
hey, didn't Jose Ramirez's name come up with Bud?
They said he could possibly move up from 140 in order to fight him at 147. Only problem is he has some titles at 140 junior welterweight, and Pro Grey wanted a chance to get that belt. So I'm still kind of wanting that fight to take place. So that's the only problem that I have with that solution, is that they want to move somebody up from junior welterweight and then have their first fight be against Bud Crawford. Like, damn, why y'all trying to do that to my man Ramirez? I don't like that.
Take a tune up like Duran did when Duran fought Carlos Palomino, then he went right after Sugar Ray Leonard. So he could take a little fight, you know, get test the waters and then go after Bud.
I know what you're saying, but it's just like, dang, y'all want to move all these welterweights that's already up there, that's considered top ranked in that division, and you want to bring somebody from the lower division to come up and fight this man. And Bud is not a small welterweight.
Yeah, I said a good one, Ugas.
I thought Ugas would be a great one too. At least he's already a welterweight. Right. Feel me? Okay, let's see. We got Alex. He says, that's what I mean. Fight someone on your level. That's right. You can't do that without paying me, buddy. Clarence says, Mark Anthony, my brother. Okay, we got Team MRJ support over here. And then we got Lewis. He says, thanks to you guys, the world will know the future world champion, Jose Jaws Ocasio. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. We're going to just hold on tight just a little bit longer. I only got like 2 more things we're going to talk about here. I want to get some more messages in too. We got Mark Anthony. What's going on, bro? You already... Oh, you said Mark? What's going on, bro? You already know, just eating to see my boy, Jose Ocasio. Mark, you forgot that hashtag BPH, baby. I need you to do that for me. Okay, and Clarence, you too. You know better. Yes, sir. Much love.
I wonder if Jose related to a heavyweight named Ozzy Ocasio.
Oh, we're gonna have to ask him if there's some.
Yeah, back in the 70s, there was a heavyweight named Ocasio Ocasio that fought Larry Holmes.
We got April. She said, or what is that? Anna, Anil, SAKURA, and EMELIO saying nice performance.
Hey, right? Thanks. Appreciate you, Anil. Where you from? Let us know where you from.
Let us know where you're from. All right, let me go ahead and get these subjects in so we can talk to Ocasio here shortly. We had some bad news. There was a bad car accident, and we had a nice prospect that lost his life overnight. His name is Travail Mazion. He's also known as the Black Magic, which I like that name. And Golden Boy, they put out a tweet, and it basically says, we at Golden Boy are deeply saddened by the tragic passing of Black Magic 92. He was a kind, charismatic young man who lit up every room he walked into and brought excitement to fans inside the ring. We send our heartfelt prayers and thoughts to his family. May he rest in peace. Wow. And we say, may we rest in heaven. And the thing of it is, guys, Golden Boy had an actual black fighter.
Yeah, that's what I tripped out.
I was tripping like, dang, they finally invested into a black fighter, and here we go, where he just ended up passing away. Like, yeah, how unfortunate.
It's a shame we find out about him when he did.
When he passed away, that too. Like, that's not cool.
We didn't even know.
Right. You know, which tells us that, you know, some of these promotional companies, they need to step it up a bit when it comes to promoting their lower, you know, the lower level prospects that's coming up the ranks. And then let's see. Oh, Clarence says sorry. Hashtag BPH. Okay, I love it. Alex says, my son fighting on August 15th in Daytona, Florida, under Christy Martin's promotion. Oh, we will put on a show for our for our roots. Puerto Rico. Oh, yeah. 100. All right. Good luck to your son. And I think that's going to be an exciting fight. And I hadn't even heard about Christy rescheduling yet. So that's some great news to have too. So thanks, Alex. And then Muhammad, he says something in his own language that I can't read. Jesus Escalera in the house. Tito, where you at, man? I saw you down at the bottom, but you know, we're still talking. So you need to get back in the virtual studio.
Are we gonna have a word for the night?
Yes, we will. I see you already sipping without the word, the key word. Okay, Aaliyah says, love Boxing Playhouse.
Love you.
Thank you. And then Louis Acevita says, Bronx, New York, reside in Florida. Here for Jose Giles Ocasio, John 3, 16 and 17, Boxing Club. All right, I love that. Okay, and also the last thing we got to do before Jose comes on is we got that one last subject. Everybody knows they love talking about this subject.
What's that?
Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is supposedly, he says he's exercising. He says he's getting it on. He's ready for his training camp to start next week. You know, he'll be in the staple with Canelo and Garcia and a couple of other fighters. So what you think about that?
Oh, man. I don't know what to say. I was so let down when he had his 5 minutes of fame and won a heavyweight title, and he just enjoyed it too much, man. You know, they say it's easy to get there, harder to stay. He got there, man, started spending a little money, which I ain't mad at him, but you got to stay on top of your game, man, and you drop the ball in this next fight, kind of like what Buster Douglas did with Mike Tyson. Beat Mike Tyson, got all that money, man, had his 5 minutes of fame, had video games on all kind of talk shows, and then lost it less than a year later. So that kind of reminded me of Andy Ruiz. You know, it's just, you know, you got skills and talent. You know, you just got to get back, get focused, get dedicated. And I believe he could still, you know, make some noise in the heavyweight division.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him against a couple of people. They're talking about lining him up to fight Areola, actually.
That'd be interesting.
So I think, I mean, you know, Areola, he's like the ultimate gatekeeper. Yeah. He doesn't even care if you call him a gatekeeper, because he knows, like, you got to go through hell to get through him. Like, so this will be my final test for Ruiz. Like, if he don't get through him, then I don't know what to tell him. Like,
he only got one loss.
He only got one loss, but he deserves this chance. But if he can't get through Areola like others have, including Stavern, then we got some other issues going on. Okay, so Mark Anthony wants to know, what are you drinking?
Oh, Mark, it's a secret, man. When I see you in person, I'll let you know.
All right, so the word of the night, baby, don't drink it. We got the word of the night is flyweight.
Flyweights.
Boom. Do it. All right. And I'm going to just let you know that the drink does not have to be alcoholic, people. It's on you what kind of drink you have. We just ask that you get your drink, because the key word is going to be flyweight for the night.
Flyweight.
That's right.
But it is some alcohol in this, though.
There's some alcohol in yours. All right. Okay. So now, here we go. I want to go ahead and introduce the newest T&K Boxing Promotions edition. I just lost Tito again. The newest T&K Boxing Promotions boxer, signed, sealed, delivered, flyweight. Let's do it. It's Ocasio.
Ocasio,
what's up? How you doing tonight, man?
Can't hear.
Oh, actually, we can't hear you. Do you have it on mute, or can you turn it up, the volume? And while Ocasio is getting, no, we still don't hear you. And while Ocasio is getting the volume set, hello, is that you? I think we can hear you now. Say something.
Can y'all hear me now?
Oh, okay, yeah. There you go. Yay! Cool. We thought we had lost you for a minute there, man. Now, you shocked me the other night, Ocasio.
What's up, family?
Saturday, what's up, Jose?
Man, we love us some Jose Ocasios from the first time I did a little short interview with you. I didn't know much about you, but from your persona and your personality and everything, I was real impressed. And I think when you actually came in late, Emilio came late after, you know, going to work and stuff. When he came in, I said, yeah, man, I just did an interview with him. And I said, I was really impressed with that young man. I was like, he got a good voice. He's talking proper, you know. He's calm. He's got like a real calm demeanor. Now, I didn't know anything about your Christian background, or that, you know, that you guys were like heavy Christians and don't play around. But I just felt your calmness and your spirit, which was very peaceful. So tell us a little bit about how that plays into you being a boxer. Because when you go and be in that ring, you got to be a monster.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
That's kind of like Mark.
Growing up with the father that I had, he's an amazing man. But he had a troubled youth, which led into when he did have kids, he was still on that troubled path. So seeing all that firsthand as a child, and being raised a Christian by, you know, my grandmother and all that, I was able to see what not to do when you have talent. Because there was very seldom people that had the talent my father had, and he couldn't make it to where he wanted to make it. So when I started, you know, I still have my flaws and the mistakes. You know, there's lesson learned in life, but it taught me a lot of what not to do. And if I have a dream, if I want to feed my kids, I got to stick straight. And like I said, I did have flaws here and there growing up, but I'm still here. Next year will be 20 years in the sport. My first fight, I was 8 years old, so next year I'll be 28, so I'll be 20 years doing this. And not many people last long. We've owned a gym going on about 15 years, and it's we've seen a lot of people come and go. And you know, when you really put that into play, it's like, dang, I've been doing this that long, man. I never quit. And it's one of the toughest sports in the world. I tell people all the time, like, man, we're not on a golf course. You know what I mean? We're getting punched in the face. And that's not just in the fights, that's in sparring. A lot of sacrifices. I have kids, so I get out of work, I go to the gym, I get home 8 o'clock at night, 8:30 at night, and then that's the 30 minutes I have to spend with my kids. When we go out to train, a lot of sacrifice. So it's a very difficult sport, but when you love it that much, you'll put all the street stuff aside and you keep yourself straight. But at the same time, it is a rugged sport. So when I do, you know, I'll shake your hand before the fight. I'll be humble with you. I'll pray with you if you want me to. But when it comes to fight time and the bell rings, I gotta be different because my family has to eat. You know.
Exactly, and it's some talent that you've developed over the years. I mean, can you share with people when you actually started boxing and where, you know, like the time frame that it took you to get to the point now where you're signed with the actual boxing promotion company?
Well, my first fight, I was 8. I used to watch my dad train every day. He was always involved in owning a gym since I was born. So unlike other kids, when I would get out of school, I didn't go to the park or go home and do homework. I was in the gym until dad would close. So I watched that my whole life. And I had my first fight when I was 8. You know, it wasn't as steady as I wanted to in amateurs, but I fought all the way until I was 18. I was a 2011 Golden Glove champion, 2012 state pound champion. You know, I won a couple championships as an amateur. I was pretty good, and I was a pretty heavy hitter for my weight class, so that brought my name up here, especially in Florida. And I went pro in 2013, had my first fight. Like any other pro that's watching this knows how tough the pro game is. It's not something you just kind of walk into. I had a lot of promotional issues and management issues at the beginning. So it really tested me, not just me as a person, but what I wanted to do in my life. There's a lot of times where fights will fall off, people who you were loyal to wasn't loyal to you, and it, you know, everybody knows how boxing is. The people who are part of the sport know how gruesome it is. But there's a lot of times where I wanted to quit, and I stayed with it, and I thank God that I stayed with it because now I met a guy like Tito, and he was able to sign me last night, and I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited to see what happens with this team that we have, and I'm very transparent person, and I like to see the transparencies in people, and I was able to see that with him the first time I spoke with him, and for me that shows a lot, and he showed me a lot of respect, and I respect that, so I think we're going to do great in the future.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you guys found such a great match. Your family is very involved. I love the way you guys enter the ring with your Bible and your faith being on front stage along with you, as an example of how you can live this life and have fun and still get your business done inside the ring. So I must commend you guys for that and let you know that I really appreciate it and it humbles me. And sometimes it keeps me straight too, because I don't want to be in here cursing up something and I got somebody, you know, coming in that, you know, I want to be respectful. So it helps other people act right too. So I don't know if you know that that's a great, being a mentor is that's what you function as, even if you don't know it.
We've learned over the years that I've never been the type of Christian that forces my Bible on anybody, you know, and I've learned that actions always speak louder than words. And I'm probably one of the only fighters that comes out to worship music. I mean, there's Christian rap, but I feel like for me, it doesn't send the message that I want. And I've had more people after my fights talk to me about my entrance than the way I fought. And
oh, really?
because like I said, I don't go up there and start jibber jabbing about, oh, the Bible said this, the Bible said that. I feel like if you plant the seed will grow. And some people who might be having a hard night that night, they won't show it. but just hearing maybe a verse of that song might open up something for them, and in the future they remember that and help them through a situation maybe, excuse me, along the line. And that's pretty much what my message is to everybody. Is I just want to plant that seed for you. If one day you can use that, that's awesome.
I mean, it is different. It's definitely different, but in a positive way. And that's what I love about it. Now, Emilio had a question about you possibly being related to someone from back in the day before I was into boxing. So I'm going to let you ask that.
Yeah, Jose, when I heard your name, it made me think about this heavyweight named Ocasio that fought Larry Holmes back in the day. And I was wondering, is you related to him any kind of way?
Actually, no.
No.
Him and my dad are very, very close. I've been pretty much raised around him. He lives in Orlando, so we go visit him a lot. My dad and him have had a connection for probably 30 plus years. And I didn't get my name from him because they used to call my dad Tiburon, which is shark in Spanish. And you know, as I was fighting, I'd go to amateur fights and people would mess with me and, oh, you little Tiburon, you little Tiburon, you little shark, you like your dad. And when I turned pro, the announcer changed my name and said Son of Jaws because of my dad. And but we, you know, I based it for me. It's a big honor to get that name from him for the people that he's fought, because like I said, he is very close to us, you know. So for me, that it gives me a privilege to use that name.
Wow. That was my next question I was going to ask Jose, how you got that.
How you got that name, the name. Yeah, because I love the Jaws part. Now, that is, that's the first one I've heard of Jaws myself. But I think it fits your character really well. And plus, you got the J in the beginning of Jose. So, yeah, that was a winner for me.
I used to get bullied in amateurs, I'm telling you. I used to fight, and people used to be like, oh, here come Nemo, Shark's son, like playing with me and stuff. And when I started knocking dudes out, I remember the first time I actually got a knockout in amateurs. I see the dude bleeding, I just jumped on him. And after that, the guy was like, man, you really are like your dad. The minute you seen your blood, you jumped on him like a shark. So you I'm like, no, I don't want his name.
So I wanted to know basically how old are you right now, and also you're married. Like, what is going on?
28, baby.
You said you're 28 and you have kids. How many kids do you have?
Including my daughters, my wife's kids, all together we have 4. We have 2 together. I had my son when I was 18, and my son will be 9 this year. Her daughter will be 8 this year, and then we have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So we got a big family.
Big nuclear family going on. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah,
and
I love
then
that.
We got, let's see. Okay, Jose Estreve. He says, waiting for the next fight, Jaws. And then Mark Anthony says, I am excited to see one of the best father and son team ups and see how his career will develop. Now, congratulations to 2 amazing people that I have the pleasure to work with. And Mark Anthony Reyes, which is MRJ's dad, is another father and son team. So for him to say that, it's very special. It has a great meaning to it. I mean, how has it been seeing him and his son as an example for you guys?
Oh, it's been great. I met them when I was an amateur, and little Marky was like 3-4 years younger than me, beating up dudes when he was like 12. I was 16 and 17 class, and I have a lot of respect for Mark Reyes. That's one of the most transparent and genuine people I know. And the gracious part about that is his family carries the same genuineness as he does. So it's always amazing to be around them, and I've had the privilege to fight on cards with Marky a few times last year and once this year, so it's always been amazing to be around them.
Yeah, definitely. I love me some Mark Anthony and MRJ. So let's see. We got Clarence. He says, boxing Playhouse. He must have forgot. But he says, Mexico and Puerto Rico is a big rivalry. If you had to fight a Mexican in your division, who would it be? Okay,
Javier Martinez. Javier Martinez.
Oh,
He's, if I'm not mistaken, he's a world champion right now, 115.
Yes.
Very good fighter. He trains out of Canelo's gym. He's a very aggressive fighter. He's super good. He's undefeated. I mean, that'd be the guy that I would want to fight.
Now, what do you think about the guy, Yas, that was supposed to fight Mariaga tonight, not making weight? What's up with that?
I mean, I try not to say it's not professional because sometimes your body just doesn't make it when you try. Right now, there's a lot of places closed in certain states where you might get your food to make weight. I mean, there's a lot of things that go around. A lot of people like to throw out that it's not professional to not make weight. If it's a continuous habit, then yes. But I hope that it's just his body is all right and he just wasn't able to make it. Because making weight is the hardest part of our job. Making weight is the first fight, we always say. And when we make weight, we say, okay, first fight's done. Now the easy fight comes up tomorrow. Because of how hard it is to make weight. There's a lot of things that go into play depending on how much you drop to make that weight. But it sucks because I really wanted to see that fight.
I know that would have gave you some, insight on who else you can call out in that division too.
Yeah.
Plus, it's rare to have a main event that is with the lower weight classes like a flyweight.
Yeah.
Where's your drink, Jose?
Oh, I'm all drinked out. I drank so much water today.
I thought she could have some Gatorade at least with us.
All right.
Okay. We got Amber. She says, very handsome man. So, you don't have to show that ring to her.
Left in the shower.
You finna be in trouble with your wifey. You better get that ring on quick. You know this is Boxing Playhouse. And we got Alita. Alita says, this is Allie here from Boss Babes Management.
Boss Babes.
All right, Allie, what's up?
What's going on?
That's my fan right there. You got to send that love out to my females in the game. This male industry, we trying to do it big. And then we got Roman. He says, awesome, champ.
Excellent.
And then Naomi, she says, so proud of you, man.
Jesus.
You like it? You like her last name?
Don't like the Jesus, but the Jesus.
The Jesus. And then we got Alita. She says, hearts. Love you, girl. Oh, thank you so much. Love you right back. And then we got Angela. She says, hey, Sakura and Emilio, Vegas loves you. Okay,
we love Vegas
thank you.
Back.
I know we want to get back to Vegas. That's a good question for him. So, if you had a choice between fighting in New York City at Madison Square Garden, or you could fight in Vegas at the MGM Grand, which one would you prefer?
To be completely honest, it depends who I fight, but I would have to fight at Madison Square Garden. Have to. Have to.
Hey.
Gotta go down, huh?
I don't care what nobody says about new Meccas, and that's the Mecca. That's the place to fight.
That's the original. That's the original OG.
Yes. I mean, I could share the ring with some of the guys like Leonard and man. The list goes on and on. The guys that fought there.
Well, we got JC. Then he says, one of the future champs coming up in the division. Just wait until COVID is over. Jaws time. Like, you gotta get the chance to start doing that.
My next fight, I'm gonna have you coming out just like that in the front.
Do you come up in the Jaws music, Jose?
Yeah, no, I should, man.
The Christian music, Christian song. I
had guys, producers who made music with the Jaws theme in the beginning. And I picked the worship music over it. I felt bad, but I have a message and a job to do. So
right, hey, gotta get that message out.
Gotta get the message out. We gotta try to tell him remix. We want the remix. We want the gospel. We want that with the Jaws music. They can do it.
For sure.
You might have to get Emilio in there. He's a super producer under the cover.
Oh yeah.
He can help you figure that out. Okay, so when I was getting back to that, where we were talking about Madison Square Garden and then we had somebody comment on after COVID is over. So, being that it is COVID, I mean, how do you feel about fighting without the crowds?
Bubble.
Being in the bubble.
It's no bigger than me. If I was a prize fighter already, it'd probably make a difference. But just being an up and coming pro for me is just staying active. We do a lot of crowdless fights all the time. They're called sparring, and some of them sparrings be like pay-per-view. So I'm kind of used to it. As long as we be able to get in the ring and scrap, that's all I care about. But like I said, if you're a prize fighter, you're used to hearing 21,000 fans screaming, then it gets hard to adjust to that change. But for me, it's just go time whenever.
Okay. I like the go time, and I like the fact that you're willing to go in there if you have to, to get the job done. But I hate when these guys are like, well, whatever, I don't, because the fans is what makes the sport of boxing so special. I mean, and I hope after this is over that people have a lot more appreciation for boxing fans.
Oh, so I think they do. I think they do. I've seen, I'm in a lot of boxing groups. I have a lot of boxing, professionals, amateurs, promoters, managers on my Facebook and my social media pages, and I've just seen that over and over, how they miss boxing. They miss being able to go to a show and see the crowd and have that environment, that excitement. So I think when boxing does come back full force, I think it's going to be a lot different. I think people are going to respect it more.
Oh, Jose, who's your favorite fighter?
Who's my favorite fighter?
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, we got that bud on there. You know what? Because that's my favorite too. I can't help it.
That he reminds me so much of Ray Robinson that I started to like him right before he fought Gamboa, when he fought Ricky Burns. I fell in love with him, and ever since then I've just fallen more in love with him because he's not scared of anybody. He's an amazing fighter on top of that, and I haven't seen him turn down that one fight. He's ready to fight anybody, which is what the epitome of a world champion is.
Absolutely. And I can't wait till they stop sitting on these welterweights and allow them to, start facing him at top. Yeah, like he's ready.
Duran said it best. Back in the day, we had no money but more glory. Now they have more money, less glory. And you got some fighters like Terrence who care more about the glory than the paycheck. And he's like, look, I'll fight him. I don't care what the money looking like. Give me Arrow. Give me Keith Thurman. Give me these guys. But they know what's going to happen, so they don't want to put them in there.
Right. They got a lot of value placed on each boxer over there. Exactly. That they want to milk all that money out of them.
Exactly. And I feel like the more people he beats up at welterweight, the less chance him and Arrow, him and Keith, him and Sean are going to actually get into it, because they're just going to see how unstoppable he is. The first thing they said when he was in the lower weight class was, oh, come up here and get a belt. Maybe we'll think about it.
Right.
He goes, gets a belt, and he's still like, that's Terrence over there. No, we going that way.
So. They still don't want the action, huh? Well, I did hear earlier this week, Keith Thurman was calling them out and saying, we can still fight. I feel like he's talking about you should lead the division if you don't want to fight me.
Man, he's been calling Keith Thurman out so long. I like Keith, but he been calling him out so long, and Keith kind of just turned the eye. Keith is the one who said, come up here and get a belt. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, he don't got a belt. What do I have to fight him for? Don't talk to me about Terrence, because he don't even have a belt at welterweight. He came and got it. He chose Pacquiao over Terrence, which I understand from the money perspective. You're going to get way more money from the Pacquiao fight. But, I mean, you got a young, hungry lion in Terrence with a belt. You know what I mean? And he fought Manny to defend his instead of fighting Terrence to take another one. So
yeah, I think that was just economics, man. I mean, that Pacquiao was like a Mayweather. You know how they used to say it's the lottery? When you get to fight Mayweather, now Pacquiao was taking on that extension of that. And so it's like, you got that money as a backup for your family and everything. If you get hurt again, or if something bad happens in that ring, you at least got that Pacquiao money in that count.
But he took his vacation, came back and started calling people out.
Yes. And I'm sure he's ready to fight some other people for some legacy now, because he's into that stuff too.
Keith Thurman is a good fighter. He just needs to get back in the mix, get a couple fights, get a couple wins, and get back up there, because he's still one of the top 5. So
I really wanted to see the rematch. I wanted him and Pacquiao to go at it again. I thought
he'll get beat again. I promise he'll get beat again.
I know.
I want to see him fight like a Ugas or something like that, or give Sean a rematch. You know, I feel like that would really put him back in the mix in the limelight with the fans and stuff to guarantee a Terrence fight or Arrow fight. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so now we're gonna introduce Jesus Escalera with T&K Boxing Promotions.
Yo.
This is the man behind the TNT and K. K standing for his lovely, beautiful First Lady, Kalia. So this is why I believe that this particular boxing promotional company is blessed and has God's favor because it's made from a married couple. How about that?
Yeah. Good people.
Tito,
well, thank you very much, guys, for having us.
Tito, we got Jose here, and he's your latest signing. How you feel?
I mean, I'm excited. The whole team is excited. I mean, I had a chance to speak to some of the fighters that we have signed with us already, and they love this kid. I mean, they spoke highly of him. And it, you know, and that's what's all about is having a good family-based team around you where everybody wants to support you. And they had nothing but great things to say about him. I mean, they're excited to see him under our lights, under our showcase, and to bring what he brings, not only his faith, his talent, but what he believes in, but also his fans, and you know, it's going to be different.
Well, I'm excited about it because inside the ring, Jose got some really good skills. He got skills to pay the bills. And when you're down there at flyweight, man, it's a lot of punches. They're throwing a lot of punches. But it's very few that got that power behind them punches to make it an early night. And I think that's what Ocasio would bring to the table for your promotional company. I mean, you excited?
No, I completely agree with you. Completely agree with you. And then, and the good thing is this kid is not only is he talented, but he was already moving in the last year. He's been active, and so it's not like he's been sitting down waiting to fight. He's been keeping himself in the gym. He's been keeping himself on social media. He's been doing all the right things. But right now, at the moment, you know, me and his dad and his team, we have a plan for him where I think 2021, he's just going to shine at a different level. I honestly feel that way. Put him with the right people, right opponents for his skill set, but also moving him up in the rankings. You know, he expressed to me what his goals are, and I truly feel we can accomplish that, or at least put him in a path to get to where he has to go as a team.
Tito, Ocasio, he's a type where he really has like a great centering about him. And, you know, for you to go and see these different boxers and learn different personalities, what is it about his personality that really suits T&K boxing?
Number one, he's really humble, but he's all business once that bell rings. And that's really important. You know, I grew up in a generation where we all wanted to be the best and we fought the best. You know, when we went to an amateur fight, we didn't care who we was going to fight. We weigh in and we hope to God that by 5 o'clock our name is on that list so we can fight somebody. And then when you move to professional, you know, when I grew up, we wanted to be the best. And he has that in him. You know, his dad has that in him. And it's real special to see that. You don't see that often. I mean, I've been through gyms up and down this whole state of Florida, and it's real rare to see people with his ability. But like he said it himself, you know, there's a difference between getting paid and being a legend. You know, and he has his goals set, and I think we're going to be able to help him to get there. You know, and I'm excited to have him on board. I think he's going to be a good flagship fighter, and for not only his fan base to see our promotional company, but our fans to see this young talented man. They might have heard of him, but now they're getting to see him in person.
Well, I couldn't have said it better. And we got Mark Anthony who wants to know from Jose, I mean, what was your feeling signing this promotional contract?
Well, I said earlier, I'm one of those guys that I've been around a lot. You know, even though I don't have crazy amount of fights in pros, I've been around a lot of promoters and a lot of managers, and I know the game pretty well. And just meeting Tito for the first time, I felt like he was very transparent about what he wanted to do. He didn't hold back no punches, which is something I like as well. He gave it to me up front, and like I said, he was humble in his approach, but he was also very genuine. And with that, I show all the respect. And you know, I've heard a lot about him. I've heard a lot about his shows. I know a lot of his fighters personally, and they've always had good things to say about him. In this sport, a good word from somebody is always something to hold accountable. And so I was super excited when we signed last night, and can't wait to see what happens in the future. I'm very, very excited to be working with him. We have a great team so far. We've meshed very well in the few weeks that we've known each other, and we have been speaking. So I feel like in the next, few months and few years, we'll be able to mesh to complete family and move over together, and move forward in the sport together.
Okay.
Emilio, what's up, buddy?
To actually do some other sparring and training with in the gym already.
What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first part of the question.
I said, who in the TNK boxing staple are you close to already that is signed as boxers? We got Tommy Logan, we got Alvarez. Anybody?
I fought alongside Tommy Logan in amateurs, so I know him very well. One of my good friends, Jose Medina, which is one of my stable mates in my gym, that's like his brother. He's been to our gym several times to come spar. I've been able to fight alongside him. So there's a lot of names on the TNK roster that I'm very close with. And Florida boxing rankings in the amateurs was very, tight knit. So we all grew up watching each other fight. And now it's great to see all these names pop up in the pros and now pop up in the names in the same stable and see where we came from. And now we're professional and we're on the same team, which is awesome.
I want to take a moment to give a shout out to Boxing Playhouse #1 foremost. Emilio, I see you back there somewhere. Hey, what's up, buddy? Drinking your cup. But there you go, Emilio. But Coach Alex from Jacksonville, he's an amazing person. Watch his son fight, August 15, Chrissy Martin show. Support that show. If you can't go there in person, buy the pay-per-view. We got Coach Sal from Day City Boxing that always represents. Coach Jose from Plant City Boxing, that's amazing. Coach Ralphie from East Tampa Bay Boxing. There's a lot of coaches out here, a lot of fighters that don't get recognized, and I just want to take some time out to acknowledge them. And Ocasio, I was actually talking to one of the managers for one of the fighters that we're associated with, that we worked with in the past, Brian Kennedy, and I was talking to his manager today, and we were talking about potentially you guys working together, getting some sparring in, and working and going forward, because that kid is he's really, really good and talented, and it's good work for you. And behind the scenes, we're already, before Ocasio signed with me, he had some stuff working on behind the scenes already, and there's a possible date, in August 21st. But his team, his dad, will get together behind the scenes. We'll see if it makes sense for him at the moment. But my target date to see him under a Team K banner is November the 6th in the Boxing Hall of Fame show. But yeah, so that's what we're looking at. And I want to surround him with not only good sparring, but good people that's gonna push him, that we all have the same goal to get to the top.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I like this particular staple of boxers that you have, because they can all be each other's strength and push each other to another level. So
Team Florida.
T&K boxing promoter to be able to match people up and know who can fit on your team and who can offer what type of attributes to the next boxer as well. So this is going to be fun, and we got to give you your kudos for that. You and Joey Arduna.
Yeah, Joey is a beast, man. He's He's resting up right now. He's getting ready for tomorrow. We have Ivan Franco that's going to be fighting. He weighed in today. He's looking sharp. I'm excited to see how he performs tomorrow. You can follow us on Team K Boxing promotion page, and you can follow the link. It's only $14.99. If you don't want to go all the way to Venice and drive, you can watch it at the comfort of your home. But yeah, I mean, it's exciting.
My guy Sonny Dubison is on that card, isn't he?
No, actually, his fight, his opponent pulled out, so Sonny will not be fighting.
Sonny was in tremendous shape. I've been watching Sonny work out, Tito.
Sonny worked his heart out for this fight. He was ready. He was ready to show everybody what the next level he got into. But unfortunately, his opponent, things didn't work out behind the scenes. But as it sits right now, I think we're gonna have 7 amazing fights tomorrow. And we're gonna support the show. We're gonna support our fighter Ivan, and then after that, then we're gonna be looking for Medina. There's gonna be late August in Biloxi, Mississippi. We're Hunters Right Hook Promotions.
Yeah,
and hoping to working with them. And then within that time, then Ocasio will be the next one on the block. Like I said, shout out once again for Alex. He has a son, there's amazing talent. Hopefully one day in the future we can have him in one of our shows, and I can see him from one. Huh?
What weight class is his son in?
I think he fights at 140. You can ask him. He's actually messaging us right now. But he's an amazing talent too.
As a matter of fact, we got Alex. He says Madison Square Garden, the best. I had one fight at the Garden. Oh, that's what's up. Then we got JC. He says, thank you for acknowledging the acknowledgement, but this young man's hard work and focus will pay off. God bless him and his family. Oh, that's sweet.
That's nice.
And then we got Amy. She says, love this show so much. Drinks and handsome fighters. Okay. Well, thank you. We take it. Look, whatever turns you on, whatever makes you want to watch.
Tune in.
Tune in. Okay. All right. So then we got James. He says, future champion, just keep working and being patient. You will guide you to the top. And then Malachi, what's up, Malachi? Malachi says, who does he like in the Nakatanagi versus Magramo fight for the vacant WBO strap?
Nakatani. Boy's a monster. Yes, boy's a monster.
I need to watch Nakatani.
Yeah, I like him, man. Them Japanese boys at the lower weight classes are very hard to deal with. Their boxing skills are ridiculous. But Nakatani he's a good fighter. I've seen him fight a few times, and I think he'll win that fight.
How many punches in a round? Like, it's a lot of punches in a round?
It depends. There's some fighters in flyweight and super flyweight that'll throw 100 punches around easy. It's a punch and move weight class for sure.
NUE?
Yeah, what weight he fight?
What is Monster? Is he flyweight? I mean, super
flyweight. Inoue is at 118 now. He took the strap from Manny Rodriguez already.
He bantamweight, huh?
Yeah, he bantamweight now. But he was the super flyweight world champion.
Super flyweight. Okay.
A monster.
Well, I don't know how long you're going to hold on to that flyweight yourself, Ocasio. I mean, I'd like to see you at least at super fly.
Oh, that's what I'm at now, super flyweight. I'm at 115.
Oh, okay.
I fought once at regular flyweight, and it was tough getting down there. But I'm pretty tall for my weight class. I'm 5'7", so that's what most guys at 130, 135 are, height wise. So I do have the room to move up. But I do want to stay at super flyweight until, God willing, we do get a strap. If we do, first. I'm very willing to move up and continue to move up.
Oh my God, he's already a super flyweight.
Jose, I think you can make it all the way up to middleweight now.
You want? He's trying to put you up there with Duran, man. He's trying to get you on the record books forever.
The minute he said that, I just got record.
Great Manny Pacquiao record.
That's crazy.
Hey, you never know. You don't know how people be having late growth spurts and everything when it comes to this.
Right. You're right.
Okay, you say Clarence. He says, who you want Crawford to fight? Oh, he wants to know who you want Crawford to fight.
I mean, there's a lot of people in the welterweight division, but I feel like the top two that would really push him up would be probably Ugas and Sean Porter.
Yes, I like that. You know who name he left out, right?
Who?
Spence.
Oh, I think that's the mega fight of that division. I don't think they should fight yet. I think
You
they
don't
should
think
both
they should
continue to
fight
fight.
yet?
Yeah, I think they should both continue to fight top 10s. Maybe two more fights, and then that's a huge fight. They haven't fought enough in that division. I don't think Arrow has fought. He's fought Sean. He's fought Lamont. But I feel like he should jump in with Thurman or somebody like that. I feel like Terrence should get a piece of Sean. And like I said, Ugas is still in the mix, so I think he should jump in there. And then whoever comes out on top, hopefully Terrence and Arrow, that'd be the last fight to really make it undisputed champion.
Exactly. I like that too. You know why? Because when you get the litmus test in with the Porter and the Ugas, so I mean, as a matter of fact, I would even say Arrow versus Porter 2 should have been the next thing. Smoking.
I think so as well. That fight was the only difference was the knockout in the 11th. If not, it would have been a draw. So I think Sean definitely deserves a rematch in that fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tito, you got an opinion on this? Who would you like to see?
Sean Porter's too high risk and not enough reward. So I don't think a lot of people want to fight him. But I would like to see him and Keith Thurman, to be honest with you. I think that'll be a good fight. I don't think he's ready for Spinks yet. I think, like Ocasio said, that's a super fight. They can build that fight up. Or, who knows? Maybe they can do a Super 6 and get them all in there and see who's the champion at the end of the night.
That'd be the best weight division to do it in right now is welterweight. I don't know how they haven't done a tournament yet at the welterweight division. I think that the biggest thing holding it off is the networks and the promotional companies. But I feel like if they all came together, that generate a lot of money, but it also get these guys to fight each other.
Absolutely. That would be amazing if they could come up with a Super 6.
Jose, what's the signature punch that you love to do?
My signature punch, left hook to the body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that body. I love it. You like that?
Yeah.
I think that's an amazing shot.
Did you come back with that uppercut like Mike Tyson after that?
Oh, I've been working on it a couple years. It'll come out here soon.
You've been working on it, huh? Don't give away all the secrets now.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not no Mike Tyson though. That he did it perfect.
It's hard to compete with that level, right?
For sure.
We got Derek. He says Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter would be another good pay-per-view fight for the fans. Let's make these fights happen.
Yeah,
I'm with you, Derek. I mean, what can we do?
Can't wait.
We got Clarence. He says, who you want Bud to fight? Okay, we already answered that question. And then
Tito. Another Tito.
That's his dad. That's Jose's dad is another. That's Tito too.
Oh, Tito too. Okay.
Yeah, I'm calling him Tito too. Yeah. And Tito says, Bud, best fighter in the world. Amen. I can toast on that. Yes. And our keyword should have been Superfly.
It should have been.
Okay, that was a brilliant answer, Tito too. And then Clarence says, Keith Thurman better not duck me, son. Hashtag BPH. You is crazy.
Clarence out of New York.
Clarence. Okay, we got Maria. She said, proud of you, Jose. And then we got Jose. Another Jose Morel. He says, congratulations, Jose. We got Anna. Hello, Emilio and SAKURA. What's up, Anna?
Hey, Anna.
Uh-oh, I lost my place there. It was Antonio. Where'd Antonio go? I missed my place there. Jeez, we got a lot of comments. I didn't notice. Okay, Jose, here we go.
But you can't read that Muhammad.
The Ocasios, a family of champions. Is that true?
Oh, yeah.
Jose?
Speak it out, Jose. Speak it out.
But you can't read Muhammad's comment.
No, Muhammad, I can't do it, honey. Assalamu alaikum. That's what I know. It better say. That's the only thing it can't say. Okay, Ayana says, sending love from New Mexico. Okay, Ayana.
Mexico, what's up?
Then we got Clarence again. He says, God bless you, brother. You're in good hands. Hashtag Boxing Playhouse. I love it. And then Barbara Hunter says, looking good. I got my drinks. All right. And we got Tito again. Tito 2. He said, we got Kahil. What does that say? Khalil Smoot.
He's fighting on the Christy Martin show in August.
August 15th.
He's a heavyweight.
He's fighting August 15th.
August 15th, but I said, what weight class is he? Khalil?
He's heavyweight.
Heavyweight. Oh, he done went under my radar. How about yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, he done went
under. The kid is real good. He's 6'1", up and coming heavyweight, really talented.
Well, we'll have to talk to the Ocasio and see if they can't get him on the show next time.
Well, we got to get Tito 2 on here next week or another time, so he can tell you all about his stable of fighters. He has an amazing group of young men over there. I got to meet a lot of them, and when I tell you that's a gym full of champions, is a gym that I'm telling you is amazing atmosphere. You guys got to drive down there one time and experience it for yourselves.
Oh, yeah, we would love to. We got to cover everything we can right now. And I got to get Ocasio, Tito 2 on, because I forgot that he has this big staple of people in the gym, different boxers and prospects coming up. So he got a lot of tea that I can sip on. I'm going to have to make it happen. Can't just...
Oh, hey, by the way, I talked to Nate Campbell today. He told me you guys better put him on the show.
Nate Campbell.
Oh man.
Please, Nate.
I would love to have Nate. I love to have Nate.
Nate's problem is he like the Galaxy Warrior for real. He be in outer space. I can't reach him. We can't get to him. So he really be in the galaxy.
That's an old friend, Nate. That boy
Nate,
crazy.
Okay. So you learned a few things from Nate?
Oh yeah, I remember I had an amateur fight. I had never been able to speak to him before. He lived in Jacksonville. We're in Ocala, Florida. And my dad was like, man, just write him and see if he'll come, watch the show. We did our own show here in Ocala, amateur little boxing show, and I was fighting the main event. And so I wrote him a message on Facebook at the time, and I said, hey, man, I just want to let you know my dad said he knows you. I want to invite you to the show so you can come see me fight. I think this might be my last amateur fight before I go pro. He read my message, never wrote me back, and I was just like, I didn't try to think too much of it. I'm like, man, this guy's a 3-time world champion. He ain't going to come 3 hours to come see me fight. I get a call about an hour before the show starts. Or actually, the show had just started. I get a call from somebody. I pick up the phone, and he's like, hey, man, I'm 5 minutes away. Meet me up front. I'm like, who's this? He's like, it's Nate Campbell, man. Meet me up front. I was like,
oh, my God, that sounds just like him, for real.
Yeah, and it was awesome, man, because I had just had my son. He was a baby, and Nate held him before my fight. I have a picture of that. And we've been cool ever since, man. He went to my last fight in February here in Tampa. So he's always been a cool friend, man. That guy's crazy. I love him.
Okay. I like Nate, too, when we not arguing about something. All right. We got a question from Jose Morel. He says, what advice has he received from the ex-cruiserweight champion, Ozzy Jaws Ocasio? So what advice has he given you?
Oh, man. What has he not advised me? We used to go see him all the time in Orlando and spend time with his family. And he used to just tell me boxing stories all the time. And the main thing that he would always tell me was to stay determined. He said he would have never made it to fight Evander Holyfield, Larry Holmes, and all that if he ever quit. So he kept telling me to stay determined. And then he'd tell me another crazy story.
Okay, I got Mark Anthony. He says, if things go well, November 6th, MRJ might be fighting alongside Jose Ocasio with T and K promotion. Tito, what the heck you doing, man? We supposed to be.
Hey, Mark can't keep a secret to save his life.
Just stacking them up like.
Hey, I want to see that.
That would be awesome fighting next to Mark again, man. I love that.
Yeah, we can pull it off. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So Jose is down with it, huh? Like it,
man. I can always learn a thing or two from watching him fight.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's amazing. And then Alex says we will be part of TNK Promotions soon. Only time will tell. Okay, Alex, Bring it on down here. You already know. The Boxing Playhouse gonna be waiting on you, but. And then Malachi says flyweights is a stacked division. Okay. And then Adrian, he says Jones. Let's see. Becky from North Carolina loves Boxing Playhouse. Well, we love you back, Becky from NC. You from that North Carolina like me? Okay, Clarence says looking forward to it. Boxing Playhouse. Malachi says 118. That's the division. He loves like the lower weight class.
Phantom weight.
Yeah. We got Betty. She says, hello, Jose. Best wishes to you. Oh, that's nice.
Thank you.
We got Jason. He says, hey, Jones.
What's up?
That's Jason Rubin. We got Dahlia Duran in the house tonight.
The beautiful guy.
The beautiful Dahlia, who is the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame inductee this year. Twin, baby. She says, welcome to our boxing family. No rush. You have a bright future ahead of you. Oh, amazing. And on that note, she always asks this question, so I'm going to ask it to you. What plans do you have for after your career in boxing?
Just to provide for my kids, man. I want to be a father that's healthy and be able to spend the rest of my life with my kids, watching them grow up. That's the whole goal.
This is what's up. And then Emilio Lombardi Jr. says, keep up the hard work, Jose.
What's up,
That's
Emilio?
my dude. He's a professional a referee.
That's your referee. Okay. Is he getting inducted this year?
I hope so. I think he deserves it, man.
Yeah, is Emilio getting inducted this year? Or is he already inducted? I can't remember. I gotta have to look that up. And then Bianca, she says, Tito Escalera is handsome too, Sakura. I'm just saying, girl.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Lord, Tito. Tito, you better show that ring. You got the
Now
ring.
listen, man.
Better
There's
ring.
a reason why. There's a reason why that thing says TNK, Tito and Kalila. But
Well, you know, I can't say anything, but you know, it's Boxing Playhouse. Players come out. You know, it's hard to be Boxing Playhouse love matching. Because we be getting some girl fans around here. I hate to tell you, it's Bianca, but Tito is happily married to Kalia, his beautiful wife. So chill out.
She said, I'm just saying, girl.
She said, I'm just saying. All right, so we got Nate was a warrior. That's right.
Yeah.
You right, Clarence. Danny Pastrana. That's my dude, Danny. I love him as a boxer too. Y'all know that, right?
yeah,
He says, Jose, why you mean mugging?
I don't got my glasses on. I can't read these comments without my glasses. So I'm like,
Oh, okay. See, he trying to read the comments, so he ain't trying to be mean. Danny, get your butt up here on this show, man. You know I want to talk to you. I love his fight. He has some, like his fights are always so competitive. Like I love that fight. He don't always get to win, but his fights are like the shit. I like him. All right, so we got Brad Jones. Hey, Boxing Playhouse, Emilio, you're always fly. Love this show. Miss Sakura. Hey, take care. Thanks, Brad.
Appreciate it, Brad.
And then we got Bree. She's from Los Angeles. She loves Boxing Playhouse. Love you right back, Bree.
Clarence Booth.
Clarence Booth is in the house. Our welterweight sensation from St. Pete's Boxing Club, Mr. St. Pete himself. What's up, Clarence?
what up, Clarence?
He says TNK is the future boxing in Florida. Boom. Okay, Booth, you ain't never lied. We got the network over here. We got the plug.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we can't wait to see what's going on with Clarence. I did see him in a video recently where he was preparing to come back after his hand injury. So I can't wait to see what he has. I know he's ready to beat up on somebody because he's been out for like, what, a year and a half now?
Right.
Yeah, I know he ready to beat up on somebody.
I don't know, man. He might have a couple more surprises in store within the next week or two.
Oh, really? Well, what you trying to hold out on Boston
I
Playhouse?
don't know. Maybe we got to talk to Clarence. Oh, we
Oh,
got Medina on there too.
okay. Who
Look at
else?
Medina on
Medina,
there.
my boy.
I
Jose.
see Jose Gabriel
TNK.
Medina.
TNK.
That's a
TNK.
monster right there, boy. That's a beast.
That's your boy, huh, Ocasio?
That's a beast right there, man.
I like him. I like him because, you know, he had to put in that extra work so he could get himself down to cruiserweight where he was feeling more comfortable and everything. And I know there's a title out there that he's deserving of that he didn't quite get last time, Tito. Can you fill us in on that?
Say it again.
Wasn't that a belt that he fought for that he really should have won that fight? But
He won that fight. I personally feel. I mean, you was there. The whole crowd thought he won that fight.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just one of those things where we don't have excuses. We believe in the judges. We support the judges in Florida, and we respect their decision. And all that does is motivates our camp, our team, to come out and prove ourselves even better the second time around. You know, and then there's a reason why that fight hasn't happened yet. It's not because of us or TNK. It's because, you know, they know they got away with a really good decision, and they don't want to chance it again. But our job is to go back out there and fight for that title. You know, we want that belt.
Okay.
He deserves that belt. That belt has a lot of history.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, I ask all my fighters, what do they want to accomplish and what's their goals? And one of his goals was to have that belt, and we're not going to stop until we get that belt around his waist. I kept a promise to him, and that's what we're going to do. And that's what our goal is.
Okay, so wait just a minute now, because I need to catch up with what you're actually saying here. You're saying that his opponent last time, and he had a game opponent. Let me just say that, right?
No,
right?
he had an amazing opponent.
I mean, he had a game opponent. So what you're saying is that he don't want to fight Jose a second time in this rematch?
Oh, we tried to make the fight earlier.
Yes.
This year, and we recently tried to make the fight when we announced Jose's comeback. We're still negotiating back and forth for that fight. But their team, you know, they're doing their negotiations. They're looking elsewhere to see what options they have. But we still want that fight. That being said, I applaud Jose Medina. A lot of people don't know he lost 40 pounds. It was his first time fighting from heavyweight to cruiserweight. His first time going from 4 rounds to 8 rounds. You know, and for him to put that performance against a game experienced gentleman that fought in that weight class before just shows you the ability and the skill level in the future that Medina has going forward. I mean, if he can do that in literally 3-week notice and pull what he pulled off, I couldn't imagine once he gets comfortable in that weight and what he can do going forward.
Yeah, I like Jose. I mean, you know he got that mental strength that it takes to be in that ring. Anytime you losing 40 pounds, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a mental fortitude you got to have just for that. And then he got some skills. So I want to see him back in there again. I would like to see that rematch, but so be it. If it's not going to happen, then at least we know that Jose is going to be on this other card coming up soon. So, I mean, hopefully we can get that rematch. But if not, Jose got bigger and better things. I mean, I know he's been offered some other things in the past that, you know, was under this table or whatever, or wasn't announced. But, I mean, I see some great things in his future.
Well, I mean, we recently got an offer to fight on ESPN actually next week. But of course, my fighters, they're not no B-side fighters, number one. And number two, my fighters are willing to fight on the B-side. But it has to be planned right. You know, I'm not going to put my guys in a situation where they have to take a fight a week in advance or 2 weeks. That's That's why we have a team to protect the fighter and the coach. And that's what our job is. Our job is not to put our fighters in any kind of danger because it will benefit them short term. We have long term game plans, and we have to achieve that. And sometimes we might have to sacrifice turning the fight down or two, but our vision and where we got to go, we're not gonna let people bait us into wanting what they want. You
Right.
know, at the end of the day, these fighters have a short career. Sometimes they might have 10, 15 years if they're lucky.
Yeah.
And our job as a promoter slash fighter myself is to get them to where they need to go in a short period of time, healthy, without taking unnecessary punishment and guiding them with their career.
I know that's right, but I like what you're saying because these people, some of these matchmakers, they're just looking for an opponent for a B-side situation, and even if they know that a boxer is if they're in good shape, they have a possibility of beating that A-side person. They want to catch you off guard and try to get you to take a fight when, like, you're desperate or like you just got to do this fight right now. When you're not in shape and haven't been prepared for a 6-week training camp. So I commend you for putting down putting your hand down on that and being like, nah, that's all right. We want to pass on that until it's a better opportunity. So we got Clarence here, and he says, question, champ, you're fighting a undefeated fighter, and no one ever beat him. What's the blueprint on beating him? Okay.
Adjusting. There's some fighters you just don't have tape on them. And we learn from fighting so many different people in the amateurs, different styles, different things, to go in there and figure them out. You know, it's not always a shoot type of fight where you go in there and start throwing crazy punches. It's part of boxing. You adjust and figure that person out, and that's part of the game. You know what I mean? A lot of fighters you can't. You know, I hit hard, but not every fighter gonna go down with my punch. I gotta find a way to beat them. So it's just adjusting.
And all of the great fighters have that. They can adjust to any fighter. Because like you saying, sometimes you never know what, I mean, even if you got tape on certain boxers, they could come in with a totally different style. I believe last week, well, actually Tuesday night, the guy that won the heavyweight title, well, he didn't win a title, but he won that heavyweight fight that Big Baby was supposed to take. He didn't fight his normal game plan. He fought an entirely different game plan, and his opponent was not ready for that. He was never able to adjust. So just the mere fact that you know that sometimes, it takes that adjustment is an amazing characteristic and a skill that you have. Okay, so we got Mark Anthony. I wish I could have thought of that boxer's name, though. It started with a K.
Kingsley eBay.
Huh, baby?
Kingsley eBay.
eBay, that's what it was. Yes. See, he's watching. He's a student of the game. That's what I'm saying. Okay. I see Mark Anthony. He gonna put you guys on the spot, he says. Jose and Tito, what would be a dream local fight you would like to have? A dream local fight. I know what I got in mind, but what y'all got in mind?
I mean, there's not many local fighters around here that are in my weight class. There's like 3, I think. One guy that I think would be a great fight would be Ricardo Caraballo. I want to say he's 4-1 now, close to a similar record as mine. I fought in the same card as him twice. But besides that, there's not really nobody that would, excite me to fight around here at my weight class.
What you said his name is Ricardo what?
Caraballo.
Caraballo?
Caraballo.
Caraballo. I had to see him if he was on one of your cards.
Yeah, he's fought twice beside me on some cards here in Tampa. But, I have nothing against the dude. He's just in my weight class, But like I said, there's not really many fighters out here that would excite me to fight. There's plenty of fighters in different places that I wouldn't have to have a feud with here in Florida, to make a fight happen. If we're a titleist, then it's different, or it's a ranking spot. But I wouldn't really have no motivation to fight any guys from out here.
Okay. What, Tito? What would be your dream fight?
Oh, me personally, I got to see Reynard Hill and Whitaker too. I'm a little selfish, but I'm telling you, man, if you didn't see that fight or didn't hear about it, I
Yes.
mean, people are still talking about it, and that was almost a year and a half ago. And those two guys, you can't put them in a room together because you put a mic in front of them, they'll go for hours trash talking.
Both would like. As a matter of fact, if you want to see both of these guys, Whitaker, I have in an interview. Remember that, Tito?
Yeah,
In Tampa, and he's talking about how he won the fight, and he gets mad at SAKURA. I mean, you can't get mad at me because I saw had my own opinion about that fight. But I'm like, run it back. If you want to prove that you won that fight, Whitaker, run it back, baby, run it back. Okay.
well, hopefully we can get it done this year.
Yes. Now, for my dream local fight, I like that idea of the I-4 competition between each other. The I-4
Oh, you're talking about Undisputed Promotions versus TNK?
Yes.
Yeah. No, Anthony from Undisputed Promotion, he's good people. He has amazing staff and up and coming fighters that he's working with, all the way from the amateurs to the pros. And COVID-19 kind of put some brakes to that. But
Right.
I think 2021 it'd be exciting to for us to go down there in Orlando and take a couple W's away from them, and then they can come back to Tampa or St. Pete, or hopefully my goal is now, since I signed Mr. Ocasio, is to possibly do a show in Ocala. It's a beautiful place, and I like to travel, so let's see what we can pull it off in 2021.
Oh yeah, and Ocasio got them fans to back it up now. So Jose, you can get your people there, right?
100.
See that? I like.
We fight here, it's over, man. We selling out.
That's right. So we can see Ocala, baby. I need to see that place. I know y'all got some good food down there too. I'm a foodie.
Oh yeah. That's why it's so hard to make weight. Ooh, food out here good.
That's what I'm saying. I want
to take a moment to tell Mark Anthony Hartrage Senior that thank you very much for his support and his guidance through this. In this local boxing scene, there's very few people you can trust or ask advice from. And he's one of those people. He's really honest, good person. His son is amazing, and so I'm glad to be associated with them. And yeah, you guys interview them. They're amazing people.
Yeah.
Yes, and I love that kind-hearted assassin. So, there's nothing bad you can say about somebody that can KO somebody in 16 seconds. I remember the amount of seconds, guys.
That's the last person you want to say something bad about.
I know, right? You don't have to. Everybody gonna jump you.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, Jaya says yes. I don't know what it was for though, because it's so long. We got Adam in body. He says, Jose, amazing fighter in person. Awesome being a part of his gym. Amazing people. All right.
In body.
Danny says, maybe next time. I'd love to. All right, Danny, we're going to have you up there because we got to discuss this last fight that you had with Mr. Oz, okay? I thought you won that fight, baby. So we would have to discuss that. And that was on Undisputed's promotion too, Tito.
I told him, I said, I thought I had the fight of the year until I saw that fight. And then they beat me. I don't mind it, man, but that fight was amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that other guy was still standing after the fight, but
and they gave him the win, and he looked like the guy that had been beat up.
Yeah, he was beat up. But hey, that's boxing for you. That's why it's three judges, it's three different angles, and as a fighter, you have to perform in front of three different people and three different people's opinions, and you have to give them, what they're looking for. And sometimes your best is not always enough that night.
Well, they better not try that with Jose, because I will come out. I'll be like, y'all gonna get this right, because I got the video to back it up.
Oh, man.
Instant replay, #instant replay in boxing.
Exactly. And plus, I'm a terrible media person because I can't just be sitting there and quiet and not say nothing. Because if I see a huge power shot and a knockout, I'm going to express that. So I'm letting all you media people out there know that, yes, I did that. Okay. You know I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Miguel says, Jose Ocasio is my boy. Okay,
that's
Miguel.
My brother right there, man. That's my brother.
That's your brother from another mother?
Yeah.
All right. Clarence Booth says, what's up, y'all? I've been watching.
So, Clarence.
Nothing but love for that guy, man. I'll tell you, I make fun of him. I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna show you guys something. This will show you a little something. I'm not gonna walk through my house or nothing. I'm gonna post something.
I know you got some of MRJ's bobbleheads in there.
No. Look what I got on top of my TV. I'm gonna show you guys something. Hold up.
What's
see what
that?
this
That's
is?
him as a kid.
Yeah, that's Clarence Booth.
Joey.
Right there. And that's Joey Ortega.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember when y'all posted that picture.
Yeah, I hold that next to my trophies. Where I used to fight myself. But no, he's a good-hearted person. Him and his brother, his mom is an amazing person, and young, talented guy. I'll tell you something about Clarence Booth. He's the perfect reason why I'm getting into this promotion company and helping fighters. Is where you got a young, talented guy, and people take advantage of. They sign him early, they throw him in there with the wolves, and then they cancel their contracts out. And then another promoter snatch him up, throw them to the wolves, and then before you know it, you got 2-3 losses that you should have never had because you didn't have a team around you. Because you're trusting people, they don't have your best interest for you. They have their best interest.
Right.
And that's the reason why I got in it, because I just feel like, somebody has to stand up for these fighters.
And
because of that, you're gonna make other people might not like that because you're changing the way boxing is.
Well, that's what we like. We want to be on the team that is for innovation, that is changing the game, and we want Tampa Bay to be on the map as a fighting hub for this country, right? And the only way that we're going to make that happen is if our boxers are stopped being allowed to be on the B side and last minute replacements. So
yeah, we got it.
This is how we can change the game. So I love that. Ocasio, what do you think about that?
It happens all the time, man. It's sad to see these great fighters who early in their career get thrown in there with guys who have way too much experience. And the way they do it is a lot of times it's real shady. Like I said, in this game, it's rugged, and it's hard to trust people. So, it's really hard to find the right team, but when you do have it, it's a blessing.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you any more than you said it the perfect way. That's the main thing is that you get with people that for sure are not like that. Because there's some slime balls out here. I'm going to just be frank with you. You calling them, you saying, there's some bad people, untrustworthy. Those are names, those are descriptions. But I'm going to just tell you like this, slime balls, straight slime balls. And so I'm glad that you're being directed into a different type of situation. Mainly because I know Tito has got a kind heart and his heart is in the right place as far as supporting boxers and protecting them. So I'm glad this matchup happened. This is going to be amazing.
Tito,
yeah.
When you got up and showed them pictures, I saw that NWO belt you got. I saw that belt.
Yeah, I know. I keep a lot of antiques, man. I got belts. I got boxing gloves that I collected through my time when I used to fight. I got gloves from when I was in Chad Dawson's training camp. Scully was my coach in Connecticut. I got gloves from Paul Williams when he signed it in South Carolina. I got all kind of there's different things, different pictures where it brings back memories.
Right.
But the good thing about now is being a referee and a judge for USA Boxing, and then now being a boxing promoter professionally. and seeing these young guys where either I used to referee, judge their fights, and now seeing them pro. And right now in boxing is a huge void where the transition from amateur to pro. There's no teaching for these fighters where they can go learn about management skills, how to negotiate a fight, what ticket sales are. The fighters and the coaches are left to the blind to try to figure it out, and they basing it off of what other people are telling them. And hopefully, we can build something where, just like a gym, where you go to a gym and they teach you how to properly throw a punch. Or hopefully, with this promotional company, we can teach these young fighters how to properly negotiate a fight, how to act when you're at a fight, how to promote yourself properly. And then so when you get picked up by a bigger promoter, they respect you more. They don't look at you just as somebody else's a potential opponent, but they look at you as a star that you should be looked at.
Absolutely. And we want stars in this area. We got stars. What we got right now is diamonds in the rough. They need to be buffed up, cleaned up, and shown off, okay? Not thrown to somebody else so that you can just say you had a great card for that night, and then you end up having somebody that's ranked lower than what they started out. So
yeah, no, we don't believe in that. I mean, that's why I have, I taken my company seriously. I was probably one of the, not only the smaller promoters when I first started, but the first thing I did was probably got one of the best matchmakers in this whole area, Enjoyo Tia, a guy that's proven that taking the other fighters to the top, a guy that does exciting fightings, but there's a math to this. This is something that you just don't call up somebody off of Facebook and try to match him up. When we match Ocasio up, our goal is to put him in a competitive fight where he can build off of his talent and his team can look at what they need to improve on, but also doing it where it's not costing him anything going backwards. I'm not going to put him in a situation where he's going to lose 15 points in ranking or 10 spots because it saved me $500 on the purse. That's not how you help a fighter.
As I say, see though, you preaching tonight, honey. That we gotta have a whole show on rankings because people do not understand this entire ranking situation. They just like, yeah, let this person fight that person. That'll be a great fight. Like, and they not understanding how this ranking is so important and what it actually means when you reach that top 10 status. So we got to do a whole show on there. You like that?
Yeah, I like that.
Ocasio, you gonna come back for that one?
I'll be there.
Yeah, it's got to be done. But Joey or Duna, shout out to you because you know what? That's our matchmaker extraordinaire. I like saying that. I like saying that. Okay, Ocasio, you got so many daggone compliments on this hat. I see Tito too saying something about your hat.
Boxing.
Title boxing.
But King. I see King. But yeah.
Get him at Title Boxing.
People can get this hat, honey.
Hey,
Ocasio. Get it at Title Boxing. That's one of my main sponsors.
Okay.
Ocasio, give a shout out. Ocasio, give a shout out to all your sponsors and the people that support you.
That's what he was trying to do for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I only heard the blips of it. There you go.
No, I want to give a huge shout out to Douglas Ward at Title Boxing. He's been taking care of me the last couple of years, sending me equipment, being there, to support me. So I want to give a big thank you to him. I also want to give a big thank you to Rob Zybert at Landmark Mortgage Planners. He's been a big support here in Ocala, and he sponsored me the last couple of fights. Huge support. I also want to thank Terrell Hopkins and Wasim Terranau at Fort of Palm Bay. They've also been sponsoring me the last couple of fights. Huge support from them. And also J Rock's Pizzeria, owned by Jerry O'Bazile here in Ocala.
Wait a minute, hold on a minute. How many daggone sponsors do you have?
I have a lot of support. I'll put it that way. I have a lot of support.
My goodness.
People. They're amazing people. They're continuous. Every fight are there for me.
Well, your trunk's gonna be covered, Jose.
There better be a spot up there for Boxing Playhouse because I'm gonna be mad. It's gonna be Mama Bear on the loose around here. Like, where is our daggone logo? You know what I'm saying? You got some, I mean, them some serious sponsors too. You talking about Title? We love Title too. Title, where you at? Boxing Playhouse loves you. Okay, go ahead, finish up. I'm sorry. I had to just, because you was going. So who was
that was it. That was it. That was it.
Who was the last one before I interrupted you?
J Rock's Pizzeria here in Ocala, owned by Jerry Brazil.
Okay.
Amazing dude. He's always been there for us. He's the one who did my after fight party for my last fight here in Ocala. Great man, great business.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like. Ain't nothing wrong with a nice after party and some pizza. I mean, that's perfect. I'm liking that. All right, so I'm happy that you got all these sponsors that are willing to support you. They must see that they got a superstar on their hands. Okay, so Clarence says, Boxing Playhouse, really love you guys. Hashtag BPH. Miguel says, yeah, I know Jose told me that happened on that fight. I don't know what happened on that fight, but do you know what he's talking about? No?
He was going back and forth with Mark Reyes there in the comments.
Oh, okay. These guys. All right, so we got another serious questions for you guys, all right? Tito, we'll start with you first. Clarence wants to know, Top Rank or PBC? Who has better fighters? Oh, I'm sorry.
PBC.
Who has better fights?
PBC has better fighters.
Okay. And what about Top Rank fights?
They're competitive.
Ocasio, what do you think?
The question is fights or fighters?
Well, he said fights. Which one out of Top Rank and PBC have the best fights? But I also added in a second part. Who has the better fighters?
Best fights, I'm gonna say PBC. Better fighters. I think Top Rank has their handful of amazing fighters, but PBC has just so many of them that are in the top rankings on pound for pound and stuff. So I'm gonna have to say PBC for both.
Okay, Clarence, you got your answer. And you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you agree. Okay. All right. It's approved. It's Emilio Santana approved. Okay, we got Brittany. She says, what's Jose tattoo on his hand? You got a tattoo on your hand?
It's a rose.
Oh, it's a rose, but it looks like it's thorns around it.
No, I have smoke.
Oh, that's smoke.
I have everything covered.
Good Lord.
Jose, what that say on your shoulder, on your right shoulder? What that say?
It's Kill Crew. It's a clothing company.
Oh,
okay. All right.
Oh, Kill Crew.
So he is tatted up for y'all. You know what? Okay, this Ocasio got, many secrets and surprises for us. And then Aggie, he says, hey Zeus, that would be a good seminar you could do at the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame weekend. And I'm so glad you brought that up, because the exciting news is that you have an exclusive contract with Florida Boxing Hall of Fame for a professional starting out the gate Friday night fights. What is going on with this? How this happened?
I mean, it's been a blessing. I mean, God is good, and I'll be honest with you, I was quite surprised when I got the phone call to negotiate it, because there's so many other great promoters out here that's been doing it longer than me. But I think my reputation and the people.
Oh, what happened? You dropped your phone? Oh, I lost them.
Tito, what happened?
Tito, you okay over there, man? You didn't fall out, did you? Diabetic coma? What's going on?
I think his phone slipped out his hand.
Oh, it fell in the wrong spot. Okay, well, we'll bring him down until you get back right. Well, what I was going to say is he got the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame exclusive contract to do professional fights on that weekend. Yeah, that's a huge deal. And it's a great opportunity for all of his boxers to be able to be on such a stage, because it's going to be like all kinds of elite Hall of Famers in the building. I mean, that's like, I mean, aren't you excited?
Oh yeah, definitely excited.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's gonna be
Jose,
an
you
honor.
might get
It's gonna
seen
be
by,
an
I
honor to
mean,
fight
there's no
in front of
telling who
this
you
guy.
might get seen by.
Yeah, he told me last night that that's where he wants to showcase me at under the TNK banner, and for me, it's a huge
Ooh.
honor and privilege to fight in front of those people, man. I mean, that's a dream for any fighter, you know. So it's gonna be a privilege to fight there.
Jose, when was the last time you fought?
I fought February.
Oh, in February.
Yes, sir.
He fought on Mark Rez Jr.'s card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was like the last fight.
That was the
Y'all
last.
snuck that in, boy, because I was so scared. I was like, dang, they might cancel this fight on these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
It
was
was
so
cutting it
surprised
close.
they didn't.
It was cutting it close. But we had an amazing event. It worked out really well. There were some great fights that night. So, you know.
Yeah,
glad
that
it
was like right on the cuff. Like I was on the edge of my seat, like worried and concerned for you guys. Because
Yeah.
it's tough when you put in all that hard work and go through these training camps, and then it's just like the last minute is canceled, and then you know you don't have any control over it. So
Yeah.
I was happy that you guys were able to finish and complete that fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see what we have here. Okay, he had the seminar. Okay, so James Dominguez. What's up, my friend James? You know, that's my buddy now. He is with Kelly Pavlik's show, The Punchline. Yes, that is
Nice.
Kelly Pavlik's co-host, James. So shout out to him. I don't know when they're going to get back into their studio and start doing more of theirs, but I'm looking forward to it. And then we got Damon. That's Damon Gonzalez, baby, from Latin Sports.
What's up, Damon?
Damon says, "Congratulations, Tito." That's a Florida Boxing Hall of Famer too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that media. He got the media.
Right.
Dahlia Duran is getting the media this time, and it's one more person too that's getting something for media. That's a female. And then they got Bonnie. I don't know if they're giving it to Bonnie Camino for as a boxer or it for media or what have you. But I'm looking forward to those females getting inducted because you know they just started it. They just started inducting females with the males with Christy Martin about 2 years ago. Yeah. So now we're finally getting. Last year we had Mel Gerardo. She was able to get her Hall of Fame ring. And now this year we got multiple females getting it. And also shout out to the International Boxing Hall of Famers that are being inducted, which is Christy Martin Salters, and then also Riker. Yeah, Riker. She's also getting, she's getting her ring this year too.
That's awesome.
Hey,
yeah.
Jose, who you got? Teofimo or Lomo?
What was that?
Who you got between Teofimo and Lomo?
Oh, Loma.
Lomo?
Oh, he said, oh, like no problem.
You didn't have to think about
that.
No,
he didn't think about that. Man, we're going for the underdog. We're going for Tio.
I like Teofimo. I think he got skills, but I don't think he's on that level yet. I think he's still a good boxer puncher, and that's still not enough to beat Lomachenko.
Well, I have to tell you, I do think that they moved him just a little bit too fast. But at the same time, he's got to catch Lomo now because, you know, Lomo wants to move back down. So I know that played into them going ahead and allowing that fight. But I always think Tio is the younger, faster, stronger boxer in this fight. So therefore, I got to go with that. So it's kind of like
he's definitely those three things for sure. But experience is definitely on Lomachenko's side. I mean, Tio hasn't fought no Linares as yet, Campbell's,
right?
You know, and Rigondeaux. I mean, all the bank is on Loma in this fight, and I just feel like you have to be a lot more than a good boxer to beat Loma.
Okay. Well,
your dad said y'all know Loma real good, Jose.
Well, we fought against him on the undercard of Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather. So we were in Vegas that weekend. Yeah, we trained with Gamaliel Rodriguez, for that fight against Lomachenko on the undercard of Mayweather Pacquiao. We were in Puerto Rico for 3 months. I was one of Gami's sparring partners for that fight because I could fight southpaw. But we're training for him.
That was a great experience. We was out there fight week, so we was out there circling around the same situation. But it was like bananas. Like somebody could have been right in front of you. You wouldn't even see him.
Yeah, I sat in the weigh-ins. I sat right behind Allen Iverson, Andre Berto, Deontay Wilder, Danny Garcia. I mean, it was crazy.
Wow. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, that's a great experience to start your career out. You're like, okay, I know I'm doing the right thing here.
I was starstruck. I was out of breath all night.
I understand what you mean, because boy, they be moving too. Like if you want to get any kind of picture or talk to them from even a second, you better be on your game because they is not playing.
Yeah. For sure.
What happened, Tito?
Tito,
my phone like literally like died, so I got it on the charger now.
Oh, that's okay. No, because I thought you had passed out or something. I said, "Oh my God, is it diabetic coma? Somebody help!"
Well, my wife has if somebody happens to me, my wife has my back.
I was about to tell Kalia, I was gonna be like, "Girl, he done passed out."
No, the phone went bye-bye. It died on me.
Well, we were talking to you about your contract, your exclusivity.
Yes. So I was saying I'm blessed to have it, and I think they notice what we're doing, what we have been doing, and they reached out to us because of that. I truly feel that way. I feel like God gave us opportunity, and when you believe in God and you pray and stuff, and you do the right things, eventually the right things that happen to you. Unfortunately, some people can get upset, rightfully so, because they probably feel like they deserve the opportunity better. But I just feel certain things happen for a reason, and we're going to take this opportunity and respect those the people that have been in the Hall of Fame, our peers, and the people that's getting inducted. I'm just excited to have this opportunity to do this for one night. It's a 3-day event. We're going to support them all 3 days. And I think it's going to be a really good lifetime experience for all of our fighters that sign with us to be around so many people that did what they're doing now. And to get that knowledge and those pictures and build those, those relationships with these people that paved the way for what we're doing today. I think it's just an amazing opportunity, and I couldn't be more grateful for the Boxing Hall of Fame for working out a deal with us. And
there are angels all around, so you never know what angels were in the midst of that. And I know for a fact that Ocasio had no way of knowing that you had that deal in the works when he prayed and asked for guidance and where his career should lead him. So that's why things are done with God's.
You want me to tell you a funny story? I'll tell you a funny story. How ironic that Jeff Lacey's going to get inducted this year, where Jeff Lacey worked my corner in a P&L in my last fights that I fought in Point St. Lucie. And he worked my corner at 1:30 at night when I was going for the PAL National Championship. Wow. And then now he's gonna be inducted. He goes to our church. He's a good-hearted person. Yeah, he's a good-hearted person, and to see him get inducted the same night that I get to do professional boxing in front of them, and to say he was, a mentor, and that he worked my corner, it was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
everything goes around.
What you got to say, Ocasio? You got Jose. You had something.
That's awesome. That's cool. That's a cool.
Wanted to add.
I was just saying what Tito had just said about Jeff Lacey. That's awesome how that worked out.
Yeah, I think it's a whole lot of angels, sprinkling dust around people with this hard work and got a plan, need and ask for that positivity in their life. So, with that being said, it's almost time for us to go for the night, guys, because we got a main event to see.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for having us and having me. And like I said, check out Jose Ocasio. Please follow his page, his dad's page, his boxing gym. They got an amazing stable of fighters up and coming. Hopefully, Boxing Playhouse can get to know them and interview them. Ivan Franco is on tomorrow. Please follow TNK page. Click on the link. It'll take you straight there. It's $14.99. It's a great night of boxing. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for everything. We love Boxing Playhouse, and thank you guys so much for supporting what we've been doing since day one. We're glad that you're part of the family.
Thanks. We're glad to be a part of the family. And also, we thank you for allowing us to have a chance to meet these great boxers one-on-one. And Ocasio, thanks so much for your interview that you gave me in the beginning when you didn't know me from a can of paint. So you still said, yes, I'll do the interview. And look at us now.
Yeah, I wanted to say thank you to Boxing Playhouse. You guys have been phenomenal.
Hey,
always a pleasure working with you guys. Always a pleasure working with you guys. Like SAKURA said, I met her probably about a year ago in a fight in Tampa. We did an interview. It came out great. And we've been cool ever since. And it's been amazing. And like I said, phenomenal working with you guys. So I want to say thank you guys for the invite. Thank you guys for believing in me and my team and our faith especially. And thank you for believing in Tito as well, because this all wouldn't be possible without him. And we're going to go forward from here.
All right. I love this. This is a lot of positive energy, dude. So guess what? We're going to finish out these questions, and then we're going to be ready to go because we got a main event to watch with Puerto Rico. You know that?
Felix Verdejo.
Felix Verdejo. All right. So Clarence wants to know, what is the toughest part of your training?
Of mine?
Yeah.
The weight cut is the hardest part. Everything else is pretty standard. It's all tough, but the weight cut's the hardest. Yeah.
Y'all got that good food at your house too, don't you?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I know. That's why I got to get over there. I like me a good plate of Latin food, you know. Okay, Jose says, FYI, guys, Felix Verdejo is fighting on ESPN as we speak. Okay, so it's already started. And then Tito says, we know Lomo real good. And then Alex says, Tito Ocasio. Quay. Oh Lord. K Pasa. He just told us. No, come on, man. Don't do that, Alex. And then Clarence says, I sent you a request already, champ. Okay.
Gave away the
people don't know for sure, baby. Jose Morel says, first round. Oh, there we go. Another. I didn't see that one. All right, let me change that one. So basically, here's what we want to say to both of you guys. Thank you so much for being on Boxing Playhouse. We look forward to making sure that you guys are highlighted in the way that you deserve for your hard work. And I want you both to tell us your social media name so people can sign up to follow you.
Go ahead, Tito. You go first.
TNK Boxing Promotions, and on Facebook and on Instagram, and then if you can't find either one of those, just follow Boxing Playhouse. They share everything of ours.
Okay, and he has a YouTube channel as well, guys. It's TNK Boxing Promotions too, and a website that he's working on, because now you got to add on to possibly 2 more boxes. Yes, I got to add Jose Ocasio to not only to our video clip, but also our web page. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. I can't wait to premiere this boxing video because it's amazing. And Jose, where can we find you?
On Facebook, Jose Ocasio, Ocasio. On Instagram, Jaws Boxing. And on Twitter, Jaws Boxing. You can follow me on any of those. I update regularly on all those, so you'll be seeing Boxing Playhouse and TNK on both those. So follow me up and get updated from when we have this next fight.
All right. And I hope it's really soon. And thank you so much, guys. And, of course, you can find Boxing Playhouse on Boxing Playhouse website, Boxing Playhouse Facebook, Twitter, IG, YouTube, Periscope, and I think I'm forgetting one more, Twitch for your gamers.
You said Twitter?
I said Twitter. Okay. The Tweety Bird.
Emilio, bye, my brother.
Hey, all right, Tito, Jose.
All right, till next time.
Have a good one, guys.
We love you guys.